Loopback plug. Think of the loopback plug as a digital mirror. It is a specialized, deceptively simple diagnostic tool used to test the physical and logical health of a network interface card, NIC, by redirecting its outgoing signals straight back into its own receiving ports. In your future career as a technician, you will face scenarios where a computer simply won't connect to the network. Before you spend an hour crawling through a ceiling to check a cable, or calling an ISP to complain about the line, you use a loopback plug to answer one fundamental question. Is the computer's own hardware actually working? The physical design, a short circuit by design. A loopback plug looks like a standard RJ45 Ethernet connector with no cable attached. If you look closely at the clear plastic casing, you will see a tiny loop of wire that starts at one pin and immediately curves back into another. In a standard Ethernet cable, pins 1 and 2 are used to transmit data, while pins 3 and 6 are used to receive data. A loopback plug physically connects pin 1 to pin 3 and pin 2 to pin 6. When you plug this into a server or a laptop, the computer sends out an electrical pulse on its transmit pins, and because of the loop, it immediately hears that same pulse on its receive pins. The purpose, isolating the problem. The primary purpose of the loopback plug is hardware validation. If you plug the device into a network port and the link light on the back of the computer turns green, you have just proven that the NIC is physically capable of sending and receiving electricity. If the light stays dark even with a loopback plug inserted, the network card is dead, and no amount of troubleshooting the software or the cables will fix the problem. This allows you to divide and conquer a troubleshooting ticket. It proves that the Layer 1 hardware inside the machine is healthy, allowing you to move your focus away from the computer and toward the external cables or the wall jack. The software version, the loopback address. For your CompTIA A+ exam, you must distinguish between the physical loopback plug and the logical loopback address. While the plug tests the physical hardware, the port, and the wires, the address tests the software, the OS, and the network drivers. Every computer in the world has a reserved internal IP address for this purpose, 127.0.0.1. If you open your terminal on Ubuntu and type the command ping 127001, you are sending a digital shout to the computer's own operating system. If you get a reply, you know your internal network software is installed and functioning correctly. Modern use cases, serial and enterprise. While you will mostly see RJ45 loopback plugs, they exist for almost every type of port. In older telecommunications closets, you might find serial loopback plugs used to test modem ports. In modern enterprise environments, technicians use fiber optic loopback plugs, which use a tiny loop of glass to reflect a laser beam back into the receiver. This is critical for testing high-speed backbone links that connect your different MAN or WAN locations. Contrast and comparison for the A+ exam. To lock this in for the exam, remember these 3 validation tools and how they differ. Loopback plug versus cable tester. A cable tester checks the long wire between 2 different rooms. A loopback plug checks only the single port on the back of the machine. Loopback plug versus toner probe. A toner probe helps you find where a cable is hidden. A loopback plug helps you confirm if a network card is broken. Physical vs logical. Use the plug to test the copper pins. Use the 127.0.0.1 address to test the software drivers. By using the digital mirror of the loopback plug, you can instantly rule out internal hardware failure, saving you from chasing ghost problems in the walls when the issue is sitting right inside the computer.